it's your Sari Chikadora, Binibini friends, and welcome back to my channel. Well, for today's video, mga kabinibini, what are we going to do is that I am going to teach you the articles in French. Okay, so I am going to teach you the French articles, and it is so easy. So don't worry. Before we are going to proceed to our proper video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Binibini friends. So, mga kabibini, we're now going to start the articles in French. Okay, so there are, how many articles do we have in French? So we have the le, the la, les, un, une, des, deux, de la. Okay, so there are 8. So what are we going to do is that I am going to explain to you how are we going to use this one. But don't worry, these are so easy. So what you have to do is just be focused, try to be attentive with me, and then we are going to try. Okay, so mga kabinibini, let's continue. So one of the 8 parts of the speech, okay, is that an article is a word that modifies a noun, and this is in a particular way by stating whether the noun is specific, unspecific, or partial. So French articles agreed in gender, okay, and a number with the nouns that they modify, and there are also 3 types. So mga kabinibini, we have here the definite or the definite. We have here the indefinite or indefinite, and then we have here the partitive or the partitive. So for us to understand, so we are going to begin with the definite or the definite. The definite article indicates that the speaker is referring to either a specific noun or to a class of nouns in a general sense. So the English definite article the has 4 equivalent forms in French. So depending on the gender and number of the noun, as well as what letter it begins with. So we have to consider that, mga kabinibini. So to give you an example, this is in the singular form. So we have the masculine and the feminine and the vowel or H, mue. So what is this mue? This is a silent H. So we have to remember that in French article. Now, we are going to proceed to the masculine first. So for example, the article is le, okay? That is le. And the feminine is la. And the vowel or silent H is that we have to write letter L with the apostrophe. So to give you an example, we have masculine le livre or the book. For the feminine, we have la table or the table. We have for the vowel or silent H, we have l'abricot, okay? And so that is the apricot. So mga kabinibini, that is for the singular form. And now we are going to proceed to the plural form, and we have les, okay? It's so easy. So it's only les, les, okay? So for an example, we have here les livres or the books, les tables or the tables, les abricots or the apricots. So we have to remember that in French we have this conjugation. And as you can see in the word les abricots, okay, S from les is a consonant and A is a vowel. And in French, we have to connect the word, which means if the last letter of the first word is a consonant form and the first letter of the second word is a vowel, we have to conjugate. That's why we read it as one. Instead of les abricots, so it's a wrong, but the right way of reading this is les abricots. So we have to connect the consonant and the vowel. So now let's proceed to the indefinite or indefinite. Okay, the indefinite article indicates that the speaker is referring to either an unspecific noun or to one or to some of something. So the English indefinite article has two forms, a and an, while the French, it has three. So depending on the gender and number of the noun. So the English equivalent of de is some, so which is not considered an article in English. So for the singular form, we have here the masculine un, for the feminine une. Okay, so I'll give you an example. For the masculine, an abricot or an apricot. For the feminine, we have une table or a table. And now let's proceed to the plural form. So it's des. Okay, so we have here the livre or some books, des tables or some tables. So we have to remember that S in a word, in some of the words in French, are silent. So instead of we have to read the livres, no, it's wrong, but the correct word is the livre, because livre is a silent S. Like for example, tab or the tables. So instead of we read it the tables, no, it's wrong, but the correct word that we have to read is the tab. So mga kabini-bini, I do hope that you're learning from me. So mga kabini-bini, let's proceed to the last article, and that is partitive or the partitive. Okay, so the partitive article indicates that the speaker is referring to only a portion or some of an uncountable noun, often for food or drink. So there are four forms in French. So depending on the gender and the number of the noun, as well as what letter it begins with. So to give you an idea, I'll give you this example. The first one for the singular form of a masculine is du, and for the feminine, du la. And for the vowel or silent H is de with letter L together with apostrophe. So for the masculine, we have du beurre, which is some butter. Feminine, de la tarte, which means some pie. Vowel or silent H, for example, de l'argent, some money. So I hope you're not getting anywhere there. So that is so simple. What you need to do for this, for example, for the vowel or silent H, you have to write the apostrophe if the next word is a vowel. And for example, if it is with H, for example, hôtel, de l'hôtel. Now let's proceed to the plural form, and this is so easy. We only have to use des. Okay? The saspage or some asparagus. The sipinach or some spinach. Or the pat or some pasta. Well, you have to remember, mga kabinibini, that in French, we always consider the conjugation of the two different words. Like, for example, the, okay, and the last letter is S, which means S from the word de is a consonant, and the second word, which is A from asperge, is a vowel. So we have to read it as one. Okay? Instead of this asperge, that is wrong. So we have to read it correctly, and we have to connect because it's a consonant and a vowel. So we read it as disasperge, which means we have to connect the consonant and the vowel sound. So, ayan mga kabinibini, well, I do hope that you have learned something from me, and I know that it's quite a little bit confusing for now, but you have not to worry because what you need to do is you only have to replay my video. For that, you can understand what I mean. So, it's so easy. The articles in French are so easy. You only have to remember the conjugation, especially with the two words. Especially if the last letter of the first word is in consonant form and the first letter of the second word is in vowel form. So which means if you saw this one within these two words, you only have to connect, read it, connecting, okay? Just read it directly. So you have to conjugate. So it's so easy. And you have to remember also that by using dula, which L that has an apostrophe, okay, you have to remember that after the apostrophe, the first letter of the word is in vowel or with letter H. So it is so easy, mga kabinibini. Just try to focus, and that is what, French language is. You only have to focus because sometimes if you have heard them, reading and speaking to you, sometimes the conjugation is quite confusing. For the beginners, I should say that because I was there, that's how I feel before. But you have to remember, as long as you are, eager to learn another language, you have to remember that you have to focus and love the language, for it will be very easy for you to understand. So, ayan mga kabinibini, well, that's all for today's video. So I do hope that, you will continue supporting me, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to my YouTube channel. So, once again, this is your Sari Chikatora, Binibini friends. Merci beaucoup. And I would say thank you so much. Signing off. Ciao.